This footage was originally recorded for the Let's Fuck with Jimmy Pegorino short. I had just discovered you could get a mission failed and drive off with Pegorino as a hostage, but was then stopped by the police, which allowed him to escape.
Let's go.
I wanted to try it again, but this time take Pegorino on a Brucey race. The first step, get a wanted level.
Nico, this is Pete and Marco. Guys, Nico. He's the one who's been keeping Ray from drowning in a pile of shit. What the fuck is...
Target in sight. One shot.
It is not that easy. As you can see, I was nearly arrested. The way to fail the mission with Jimmy still in the car is to first get a few yards away from it. Once away from the car, the police will ignore you and arrest one of Pegorino's henchmen instead. You have to wait until one of the henchmen is pulled from the car by a policeman, then quickly get back behind the wheel. The police officer will almost immediately begin shooting the henchman. You must have the car in motion when the henchman is killed, otherwise Pegorino will run off. Then you have to lose the wanted level. It took me almost 20 tries to finally get this right. Once I lost the wanted level, I called Brucey for a race.
Brucey, are there any races going on at the moment?
Nicky! I was hoping you'd want to do this shit. Intense. Win this shit for me, man. I got one for you. It's a race around north of Alderney. Take him down.
Move it, asshole!
Ah!
Don't let this prick drive!
Once again I started the race by ramming one of the other cars, instead of driving into the yellow arrow, which would have activated a cutscene that would have allowed Pegorino to escape. I am going to fast forward the race, because it wasn't compelling enough footage to include in the Fuck Pegorino video. But if you want to have Pegorino as a hostage in a Brucey race, this is how to do it. If you want the solution to getting him in a hooker fight or jumping off a cliff with an umbrella, then skip to 12 minutes into this video. But the race is what led me to discovering how to make Pegorino do these two things. As you can see, the footage wasn't very exciting, which is why it wasn't in the Fuck Pegorino video. I decided to see if Pegorino ran back into his house if I stopped the car in his driveway. Pegorino and his henchmen began walking off. But then Pegorino turned around and headed back to his front porch. I later realized he had done this to seek shelter from the rain. I should mention that both Ray and Packy were trying to call me. Had I answered the calls from them, it would have instantly activated other missions. Perhaps I should have gotten both of those missions out of the way first.
Out of my way. What the fuck out?
Avoiding the mission activation arrow, which would have restarted the mission, I stayed on the porch with Pegorino to see what he would do. Eventually I got bored. So I decided to go back into the car to see if Pegorino would follow me back into it. It was then that I noticed him take out an umbrella and go for a walk. So I decided to follow him. It was then that I saw him do it. I could not believe my eyes. Did Pegorino actually jump off a cliff using an umbrella as a parachute? This was one of those corny gags you see in old black and white comedies and old animated cartoons. You wouldn't expect to see Jimmy Pegorino doing it. But he did. Too bad I was behind him, because it wasn't a very good camera angle. But I checked the property later, and he did indeed step off of a small cliff next to his house.
Get out of my way!
I decided to follow him to see where he was going. I noticed that Pegorino was listening to an iPod and bopping his head to the music.
Nice ass.
Grow a penis.
Hey, what's up?
I had not intended to push that woman. It caused a man nearby to attack me.
Whack, Slav! I ain't even do nothing to you! Come on!
To my surprise, Pegorino came to my defense and began beating the guy up.
Chillax.
Your history!
Good thing he did, because my health level was nearly depleted.
You're dead!
Watch where you're going, man. What, huh? What? Hey, taxi! Hey, it's me. Did you see the video I sent you? Yeah.
I continued to follow Pegorino, taking care not to start a fight or get hit by a car as my health was almost gone.
Hey, yo!
Eventually he did nothing more but walk in circles. So I decided to end things then and there.
Unbelievable!
You want to live or die?
I've never seen. Careful, huh? Holy mother!
more move and you're a dead man, you hear? Purpose on foot. You got my back? I'm gonna need some heavy artillery.
Well, this is fun.
Jimmy's on his way.
Nico, right? Skipper said you'd be driving. The sit-down's over at the old refinery in Actor Industrial Park.
Oh!
It took me days to figure out how to get Pegorino to do the umbrella trick again. I discovered an easier way to fail the mission with Pegorino still in the car. By shooting off the cliff, I get a wanted level. Now all I need to do is hang back and wait for the cops to arrive.
Get your hands off me! Let's go! Firing fast! That way!
Fuck, come on, let me out of here!
You're driving like a prick!
This only works 1 out of 5 times. Sometimes because the police kill Pegorino or one of his henchmen while shooting the car. But mostly because I am unable to get back behind the wheel before the cop shoots the henchman to death. Once I have failed the mission with Pegorino still in the car, I still have to get rid of the wanted level. There. Wanted level gone. The next step is to wait until it starts to rain. This means driving around with Pegorino until the rain starts. Since you want to be near Pegorino's driveway, you have to drive around the block nearest to his house. You may have to do this over and over again until the rain finally starts. And it is possible the rain may not happen for a couple of days. Or it may start immediately. There is no way of telling when it will happen. Let's speed things up again. It took quite a while for the rain to start. finally it is raining. So I return to Pegorino's driveway.
Calm the fuck down, prick!
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Oh, fucking watch it, you hump!
Only about one time out of every 6 does Jimmy decide to run for shelter on his porch. This is why it took me days to get him to repeat the umbrella trick. Worse than that, sometimes he doesn't leave the porch until after it rains. And sometimes when I run too far ahead of him to get a good view of him jumping, he just vanishes. And sometimes he jumps before I am in position, or when the camera is pointed the wrong way. This is the only time I was able to record him jumping while in front of him. And it only took me about a week of trying. By comparison, the hooker fight is much easier to pull off.
All right? Skipper said you
Just remember to activate the mission at night. Then follow the same steps up until you get rid of the wanted level. Then drive to an area with a lot of hookers. Now all that is left to do is shove a hooker, and watch what happens.
You wanna get whacked, slob?
If you hit me harder, I might start to get turned on.
LCPD responding to a call
Good
from this
fucking
location.
night!
That's gonna cost you $1.
You're fucking pathetic.
Bunch of idiots.
Hey, you gotta pay if you wanna feel me, huh? These things since I was 10.
I just had my nails done.
Kill! Kill! Fucking fuck!
No fucking
Oh,
way.
man, I'm sorry.
This time Pegorino gets into a fight with a pimp,
Yeah!
and the police show up to arrest everyone.
Nobody fucks with me and lives.
Soliciting. I'm an escort.
You know, carrying a weapon in this town is a felony.
Police!
See
Moving right
yourself,
there!
keep
You're
moving.
dead!
I'm searching on foot. We'll get him. Keep me covered! That's right, LCPD, asshole. Okay, keep moving there. I'm gonna have to ask to see some ID.
Shit! This many cards? What you doing? Magic tricks?
Jimmy must have bribed them.
Get out of my way!
I didn't become a cop to tussle with motherfucking punks.